Hi guys, in today's video I am talking about month of March and the goals and the to-do list that most moms should have on their to-do list. And by should, I feel like it can be a bad word these days. I am just trying to be a lot more organized, a lot more intentional, a lot more purposeful with how I'm living my life. I want to feel on top of my things and less of a mess of a mom. And being super busy, it can be very discouraging. And if I don't plan enough, then I feel like I have not done enough. That is why today's list I have created for myself for my upcoming March, and hopefully it is going to be helpful for you as well. And yes, I am just a very busy work at home, stay at home mom. And yes, if we did not meet before, my name is Yana and I'm a very busy mom of 3, and I'm a stay at home, work at home mom. And I just want to be a good steward of whatever resources were given to me, as well as I want to rule over my domain with confidence and grace, and I just want to feel good about everything that I'm doing. So hopefully my goals will help you to hopefully have a better life for yourself as well as a mom. And yes, going back to the March plans and goals and the to-do list, I just find that the better I plan, the less things I will miss, and the more I'm going to feel organized and actually will be in control of my life. And from previous month that I have done it, I know that I am definitely getting done a lot more and I feel very accomplished, and then everybody in my family feels like we're doing good, we're enjoying our life, we're making memories as well as getting things done. So less talking, more doing, even though I guess I will be doing a lot of talking right now. Let's talk about March goals, March checklist and to-do list. I'm going to start with a very generic list of goals that any mom can apply to her list, and then at the end I will share a couple of personal things that will be happening on our calendar, just like a little I have life update or something like this. So I will also include a couple of personal things. So let's do it. This year April is going to be when the Easter is happening, so I feel like the majority of preparation for Easter should be done in March, so that once the April comes in, like, it's not as much of a rush, just because most of the stores are putting out things for Easter out already. So I feel like preparing right now is a wise idea, so that you have supplies, you have the things, the treats that you want for your children, for your family, for the gift. So number 1 on my list is to plan out your Easter, the people, the gifts, the treats, the cards that you will be sending out, anything that is associated for you with Easter. Plan it now. If you are doing any kinds of traditions, any kinds of Easter baskets for your children or anybody else, this is a good time to research what is going to go. And Pinterest, Google is a great resource to do your research, to collect your ideas, and then make a list of what you will be doing for Easter. If you are doing teacher gifts, if you're doing Sunday school teacher gifts, if you're attending church or any other activities for like the leaders and the trainers of your kids, if you're doing school bus drivers gifts, this is the time to also research them and start shopping for that as well. If you will be doing Easter cards for your family that you're either giving out or mailing out if your family is far away, right now is also a great idea to find some designs that your kids would love to make, and then also shop for the supplies for like the do-it-yourself cards, as well as like collecting all of the ideas so that you can just sit down, spend an hour on that and be done with it. If you have enough space at your home, your backyard, or anywhere else at the local park that you would love to host an egg hunt, I would say do it. We are hoping to host a little egg hunt for our local kids, just to see that our children can bring in a little bit more friends into our lives, and so that they can hang out with people too. In the past, we have done just the egg hunt for our kids, and they had a blast. I think this is like their favorite activity of all, and it's very inexpensive. I have actually compared the pricing, the Dollar Tree versus Target, and I think Target has the best deal for the bags of eggs. And then obviously like buying candy is kind of inexpensive. Obviously like candy, nobody is for sugar, but if you can do pennies or quarters, or like depending on how wealthy you are, how much money you can spare to put in the eggs, I think money is always super fun for the kids. But yes, it is, I mean, you do need to spend money to organize that activity, but it's always super fun and building like community and fun among your children's friends. So yes, if this is the idea that you would love, this is the time to start planning and stocking up on all the supplies. If you're making Easter baskets for your kids, this is also a great time to start researching what you should put into it, as well as start shopping. And again, the Easter treats are always so cute. I guess on any holidays, everything is so adorable and it's so fun to make them. So right now in March, I'm planning to start researching what is not that complicated to make so that my children can also participate, because obviously I can make many things by myself, but that's not the point. I think the point is the relationship in your family that you're creating. So I think I want to incorporate something that everybody in our family can participate and do together and then consume. And another thing that I was planning on is not having the treats just for the Easter day, but also for the whole like beginning of April, the Easter week, maybe a week and a half of Easter celebration, just so that we can feel the holiday. Because I feel like if it's too short, it's never enough, for me at least, and maybe for the kids too, because like you have this old anticipation for the holiday and then it's gone. And I think that if we were to start celebrating earlier, doing all of the Easter traditions, the stories, the everything, as well as enjoying Easter treats, and then having the peak of the celebration on Easter Sunday, that is probably, in my case, in my opinion, is the best way to do it. And yes, if you are planning on doing any kinds of Easter traditions, I am going to be doing some research on what I want to incorporate so that each holiday that we will be celebrating this year is more meaningful, more educational, and more memorable for my children. Obviously, we will do Easter story and egg, like dyeing eggs or something like this, but I also want to do more things with them because they're at the age where they remember it. And hopefully soon enough, I'm going to share our Easter traditions that we will be doing in one of the videos upcoming up. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can subscribe and like follow in just to see what we will be doing. But yes, Easter tradition research. Now the Easter plans I think are done. Now going to the next part of life is the gardening. I know not everybody is a gardener, but I feel like even if you have a tiny little box that you can have, it's always fun to do something with real life plants. So my to-do is called Start and Plant the Garden. Basically, seeds go in the starters in the little bit of a dirt or in the water, just so that the seeds can start sprouting, and then they're somewhere close to April, then they will be bigger, somewhat ready to go to outside, even though we are in New Jersey. So I think it's recommended to wait until May to plant them out, but this is the time to start the seeds if you're planting anything from the seeds. If you are anywhere near cherry blossoms, I think it's such a great idea to plan a trip to cherry blossom location, and that's what we are hopefully doing. I have it on my calendar. I still need to talk to a couple of people, and hopefully we can arrange that just so that we can go and enjoy the beauty of God's creation, like the prettiest. I think this is the prettiest season of all, like with the cherry blossoms. I also love harvest and seeing the fruit, but cherry blossoms is just like so magical to me. What is also on my calendar is to celebrate March 8th, which is International Women's Day, which is tiny. We're not doing anything special. Maybe I'll make like some kind of treat or something, and then just call all or text all the women in my life who I appreciate. Same thing with St. Patrick's Day. I would love to talk to the kids about St. Patrick's story, about what he is, what he has done, what it's about, just so that they also can be educated about other people's culture. And maybe I'm going to do a St. Patrick's treat, because I do have some stored up rainbows and shamrocks from the cereal that I was collecting. So maybe we'll do a treat for the kids as well. Continuing with an outdoors theme, I also am going to order sunscreen and bug spray, because I know it's not the season just yet, but I also want to make sure that it's purchased, and then once it gets warm, maybe March, maybe April, I just don't want to think about it. I just want to have it available in my house. And I'm actually going to link one of my favorite bug sprays in the description of the video. I literally have tried so many things. I tried organic, I tried the non-organic, because we have small children. Like, I just wanted to keep it as clean as possible, and it never worked. None of them worked, and the kids would always get bit. And then last year I tried one bug spray that I was amazed. Like we were covered in bugs, then we got sprayed, and then none of them touched us for the rest of the night. And I'm not talking about kids. I did not try it on the kids yet. I tried it on me, and I'm hoping it's going to work for the kids too. So link in the description. I also would love to review my beach supplies, whatever we have, whatever we're missing, so that my shopping list is kind of ready, because I think the stores will start putting out beach items very soon, and I want to be prepared that when they're there, if I need something, I just want to be able to buy them and know that I'm not wasting money because we already have something. But at the same time, if I need it, I'm going to get it. And then the last thing on my generic to-do list is to finalize my kids' summer camps. I am not 100% sure if I will be to actually finalize things, because it seems like registrations do not start for like later in the year. But at least I want to have some kind of draft idea if we have any summer camps activities for my kids for this summer. And now on to personal to-do list is that I have a few exciting things coming up. My sister-in-law's birthday. She is not local, so I won't be able to visit, but I want to make sure I also celebrate her and give her a call. My daughter and my mother-in-law are also celebrating their birthday, which obviously my daughter is of course local, my mother-in-law is local as well, so I want to organize a nice party for them so that we can all celebrate their lives. My daughter is starting Sunday school, so that will be a little bit of an adjustment in our routines, so I want to make sure that we are accommodating for that and that everybody feels good with where they are in the church and how that is done. We have a couple of doctor's appointments that we also will have to make sure we are on time and done, and all the questions for them, like all the questions for the doctors are made, and so that I can ask them as we are at the doctor's appointment. I also have a couple of weddings coming up, which I'm a wedding photographer, so I have a couple of weddings coming up that I want to be prepared, and I am obviously my list is prepare for the wedding, shoot the wedding, and then start post-processing so that my clients can have their photos sooner. Also work related is that I will need to follow up with my clients, my photography clients, about their spring sessions coming up. And then the last thing on my to-do list would be, again, kid related. Our boys, all three of our kids will be doing soccer starting this March, so I want to make sure that we have our routines again adjusted so that we are on time and everybody feels comfortable, and yes, everybody's having a good time and doesn't feel like it's stressful because it's out of norm. And that is all, you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope it gives you some kind of ideas, reminders of what you potentially can do in your life so that your family life is a little bit more fun. Otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.